Why do narcissists make everything so difficult? It's an extremely confusing place to be when you are living with or around a narcissistic person, as 1 minute they can treat you better than anybody ever has, as they're looking for ways to exploit you, and the next minute they're treating you worse than anybody ever has. It seems like 1 minute everything's going right and everything's plain sailing and peaceful and calm, and then the next, out of nowhere, all hell breaks loose and you cannot work out what on earth went wrong. Narcissists seem to thrive off creating conflict, creating drama, creating absolute chaos, even when it comes to a simple conversation and a simple question, trying to get reasoning or compromise with them, or even understanding your feelings is something they seem incapable of doing. Narcissistic people seemingly go around making everything so incredibly difficult. However, they do it in a way that they project all their failings onto us, so we believe that we are the ones to blame and we need to work harder to please them. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and continued support. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about the narcissist personality disorder, to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with in your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you overcome narcissistic abuse. This video is going to explain a little bit more on why narcissistic people have to make things so difficult. 1 minute you can be having a simple conversation with them, the next minute they can rage out of nowhere. They can have those sudden mood swings, they can up and leave and disappear on you. Temper tantrums, silent treatments, ruining special occasions. Not only ruining special occasions, they will build up your hopes, they will build up your expectations as to how that special occasion is going to go, and then they will go all out and ruin it, yet they will blame you for ruining it. And with the help of the narcissist word salad, projection, gaslighting, blame shifting, they get us to overanalyze absolutely everything. What we could have said differently, what we could have done differently, how we could have helped them. So we step up our games, we work harder to please them, and again it can seemingly be going along quite smoothly. For them to whip the rug right under our feet and cause an argument in an empty room all over again, over seemingly nothing. And even when you do break free from them, narcissistic parents will be smearing your name to other family members. They will be getting flying monkeys and enablers to support them in either sabotaging you, destroying you, or trying to make you feel guilty. Narcissistic bosses will be going around to every other company that you work for, smearing your name, so it feels like it's impossible to get that new job. Narcissistic exes, narcissistic partners that you are no longer with will be going around smearing your name. They will drag out divorces, they will fail to stick to childcare arrangements. Simple timings will become an incredibly difficult task for a narcissist to do. Letting you know what time the children are going to be home, for example, will be impossible for them. Not returning your belongings, saying they will return your belongings and then keeping hold of your belongings, or leaving their belongings with you and then telling everybody else that you won't allow them to have them back, failing to make arrangements to collect those things, or arranging to collect them and then not turning up. Never-ending mind games. Narcissistic people is who they are. They play these games out of control, to keep control over people. They feel entitled to have their own way, and if things aren't going their own way, they're going to make life incredibly difficult for the person that they believe has gone against them. They want to keep you confused, they want to keep you hurting. They want to keep you on edge. As they are entitled, if they've not got what they wanted, they will be holding a grudge against you. Therefore, they will be trying to find ways to sabotage you, to bring you down, to cause you pain, because they are holding on to that anger and that resentment for things that you didn't even do, for things that they cannot recognize within themselves. People often forgive and give narcissistic people second chances, third chances, seventh chances, as we often see our good within that narcissist. We can see that good person within them. We want to help them be that good, loving, kind person that we can see in them, not realizing that that is us that's actually trying to please them, actually trying to help them become a better person, learn, grow and develop, while they project all their toxicity into us. So they blame us for everything. They see the negatives within them, within us. So they genuinely, most of them genuinely believe that the world is against them and it's our fault. There's nothing you can do to change their mindset. That is who they are. It's a hard enough job changing ourselves. We are not here to change other people. We can only show other people how we will and will not be treated, which is incredibly difficult when we don't understand that people like this exist. We don't understand how to do our own values, beliefs and boundaries. We think people are coming from the same place that we are. However, once we are aware that people like this exist, we can start standing in our own truth and we can start showing them by how we respond to them, how we will no longer be treated. And by responding with a narcissist, you do not react. Reacting, they just think game on. They lack the empathy to care. Trying to beat a narcissist at their own games is only going to negatively impact your life, because you're staying within that game, you're staying within that pattern of behaviour. They are sucking you in and they are just going to spit you back out. When you try to beat a narcissist, it's cutting off their supply, it's giving them no reaction, it's no longer playing their games, it's walking away from them. This crushes them because they believe they're entitled to do as they want, when they want, with whoever they want. So when you step away, you're not causing them any harm. You're not doing it to be mean. You're doing it to let them live their life while you live your life. This causes major narcissistic injury, which is why many will then up their smear campaigns, and then you have to stick to not responding. They've upped their games because they are offended that you are no longer interested in them. Most often, because of a narcissist's actual behaviour, deep down they can't trust other people. So any form of criticism, real or perceived, a narcissist is going to take badly, and they are going to turn on those that they believe criticise them. Narcissists are unable to genuinely make themselves happy. They are unable to genuinely make other people happy. In one way, a narcissist can actually people please. However, they people please in an exploitative manner, as they mirror people, as they future fake with people, as they sell people those false promises of the future. They sell people the dreams that those people want. Not only do narcissists sell people these dreams, they sell people these dreams in a way that the narcissist seemingly wants these very same things. So we feel like we're letting them down by walking away from them because we believe they want the same thing as us. However, it's just their exploitative behaviour. They are only people pleasing to meet a need of their own. And once that need has been met, they don't see why they should deliver on that promise. They don't see why they should deliver on that future because their need has been met and it's not something that they ever truly wanted. Narcissistic people require excessive admiration. They require excessive attention. So they are always looking at ways to exploit people, to gain that attention from people. They are always going to be manipulating people in some way to get their own needs met. They make things so difficult due to their arrogance. They're always trying to prove themselves as superior to other people. So by compromising with other people, by reaching that understanding with people, they feel like they're leveling off to people. They then don't feel superior to people, so they have to play games to remain in charge. They don't recognise their own weaknesses, they don't recognise their own mistakes, and when they do let people down, when they do ruin special occasions because they are so unpleasantly proud of who they are as a person, they are seemingly so smug with that smirk on their face and that glint in their eye that it seems like they are doing it to get at you. And with the majority, they're just pleased with themselves. They're just pleased that because they felt a little bit upset, because they felt a little bit low, because they felt that attention was slipping away from them, they've managed to ruin it for everybody else, which then makes them feel better. Narcissists regularly break agreements because they are preoccupied with themselves. They are preoccupied with creating the life they want. They will make an arrangement with somebody to exploit somebody to get their need met at that present moment in time, and then they will fail to deliver on that arrangement once they've got their need met, and they will rarely apologise for letting people down. However, if someone was to let them down, they really don't like this. They take this as deep criticism, which is when they might start raging at you or smearing your name. They make things so difficult due to their grandiosity. They are self-absorbed, so they don't see other people's points of view. They don't see other people's opinions. They lack the empathy to recognise how their behaviour affects those around them. They have an unrealistic view of themselves. So if you try to explain how they've let someone else down, they feel above others, so they don't recognise how they let somebody else down. They just think, well, what about me? What about me? I'm special, I'm better than everybody else, but I deserve. What about, they're not willing to look outside themselves, only if they're envious of something, to which they will exploit people to either take what they are envious of away from people or destroy what they are envious of to take it away from people. Narcissists make things incredibly difficult because no matter what you give them, they are always going to want more. So when you can seemingly get it so right with them one day, as they are envious, they're always looking for more. So the next day you will not get it right with them and they're going to make life hard for you. They make life hard for themselves, but they don't recognise this. They just blame everybody else. Due to their sense of entitlement, narcissists are always looking for something to complain about. And when you are around that negativity on a daily basis, it's very draining and it does make life difficult. Even going out to a restaurant with them can make life hard. If their order doesn't turn up right, you can be sitting there on tenterhooks waiting for them to explode or degrade the waiter or the waitress or have a go at somebody, storm out of the restaurant, and you're left sat there wondering what on earth has just happened. Even going out for a simple meal with a narcissist can be incredibly difficult if you haven't got your shoes on and you're not out of that door to their time scale. They might just throw in the towel and say they're not taking you anywhere at all. Most often they didn't want to go in the first place and they're just looking for a way out of it. Narcissistic people make things so difficult because they lack empathy. Therefore, they refuse to listen to other people's opinions, feelings and perspectives, only listening if they can use those feelings against people, because they don't believe they've caused you any pain. They believe you've brought that pain on yourself by not doing what they wanted you to do. It's all about superiority. It's all about control. They make things so difficult because they want to remain in control. However, because they're not aware of who they truly are, they find it difficult to regulate their own happiness and regulate their own lives, constantly seeking more, and they let go of what they have to try and find that more, never gathering anything within their lives along the way. Fair enough, some gather many materialistic possessions, but it doesn't bring them that true inner happiness. There is people in the world with lots of money who are truly happy. There is people in the world with no money who are truly happy. There's people in the world with lots of money who are incredibly miserable. And there's people in the world with no money who are incredibly miserable. Money is very, very nice. Possessions are very, very nice and things to be grateful for. A narcissist isn't grateful for them. A narcissist believes that they should just have them, and when they haven't got them, they believe that's someone else's fault. With their lack of empathy, a narcissist will make things so difficult because it is, to them, all about them. They're not interested in how it affects those around them. And with their lack of empathy, they are extremely argumentative people. They are going to set that environment to provoke you so that they can blame you, or so that they can get away with not doing the things they promised they would do. How to get a narcissist to leave you alone. Number one, no contact. It is a disorder that's on a spectrum, so with some you do need to go no contact. With others you might not need to go no contact, or you might not be able to go no contact. No contact is always the best method, which means no contact. Blocking them, blocking friends, blocking their family, blocking email addresses, blocking phone numbers, not listening to voicemails. Some you have to move miles away from them. No contact is like they just don't exist, and having nothing to do with them or their circle of friends or their family again. And we can feel harsh doing no contact, especially when we're removing ourselves from friends and family. We have to recognise that that is their friends and family and leave them to it. It doesn't matter what their friends and family think of us, because the narcissist will be selling them an illusion of what the narcissist wants people to believe anyway. What matters is doing the right thing for ourselves. 2, level up and grey rock. So limited communication, business-like responses. Be boring so that they're not envious of you. Retreat, rethink, and only respond if you need to do so. One-word answers, straight face. Don't ask about them, don't tell about you. Thank them when they are being helpful. Ignore them when they are being disrespectful. Know who you are as a person. Observe their pattern of behaviour for what it is and don't absorb it. Don't absorb their toxic words. Recognise who they are and what they are saying and why they are saying it, and don't take it personally. Stay in your reality. Giving them no reaction. Some narcissists are extremely persistent in gossiping about you, talking about you, and it can feel like you want to get them back in some way, and how you get them back is by stepping away from their games. Gossips die down a lot quicker when there's nothing to gossip about. The more you feed into it, the more you're feeding that gossip. So giving them no reaction. Some narcissists are incredibly persistent. Some will turn to stalking. This is when you need to contact the authorities, and plenty of people do not like doing this. It is extremely common for people not to phone the authorities at all while in the relationship. It's only once out that people start to stand up for themselves and start phoning the authorities. And some people can feel a bit, well, I've never phoned them before. Are they going to believe me? It doesn't matter. You might get a genuine person that understands narcissism and understands what you are going through. Whatever person you report to, you need to keep reporting, and you need to keep yourself safe, because by reporting them you are building up that picture of their character. By not reporting them, that is giving them free will to carry on stalking you. With a lot of narcissistic people, they don't like exposure. They don't like to be held accountable. They don't like to face consequences for their actions. So with many, they will slow down their games if they believe there's going to be some form of consequences, and they will walk away. You do need to work on things like your anxiety. Trauma bonding, EMDR treatment is extremely good for past triggers to help you through. You do need to step away from them and work on you to become the best possible version of yourself. One rule of recovery seems to be learning about the disorder itself, so that we have an awareness and an understanding of the people we are dealing with. The other is learning about ourselves, who we are as a person, our values, our beliefs, our boundaries, our hobbies, our dreams, our goals. If anyone has any advice on what's helped them overcome narcissistic abuse, please do drop that in the comments, as you never know who it might help. What works for one person doesn't always work for another, but what works for one person might just help another person. I shall add in the description the video about what triggers a narcissist and the video on the narcissist blame shifting. I shall also add the video on the narcissist bait and switch, because quite often when a narcissist is making things so difficult, they are going to bait you into a situation and then switch it all onto how it's all your fault. Or they will bait you into a situation and then they will play the hero. Whoever the narcissist is in your life, whatever stage of recovery you are at, just know you can and you will recover from this. Keep working on you. Thank you very much for listening, and go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.